Welcome to Fans Banter and welcome to the FA Cup. Tonight we're having a watch along of Liverpool versus Barnsley in the FA Cup. Looking forward to a good game. And if you already don't know the team news, it looks like Arne Slot has gone strong with the team. I don't think Arne Slot could risk having another FA Cup shock this weekend. And I don't think Liverpool could afford a shock, to be quite honest. I think Liverpool need to get the job done. So I'm happy that he's gone with a strong team. And if things work out and things go to plan, he could always introduce the younger players as the game goes on. That would be always my model of playing games like this. Put your strong team out, get the job done, and then make changes. No one wants to get embroiled in a battle by starting young players. I think Arne Slot has probably learned his lesson last year in the FA Cup, and I think that's the why he has put out a team that he's put out today. He did hint in his press conference that he will be putting out a strong team, and that's exactly what he's done. So I'm going to put the team up there now for you to have a look at. The only change, so Marmadashvili's in goal. I think that was always going to be a certainty. He starts the cup games. Slot has gone for experience at the back. He's gone for Van Dijk, Gomez, Robbo and Frimpong. And he's even gone for experience in the middle of the park. McAllister, Jones and Szoboszlai. Gravenberch sits this one out. Chiesa gets a start, which is very good. And then we have Rio out on the left. I presume he'll start on the left and Gakpo will go through the middle. No Ekiteke again, so I guess he's still hanging around injured, I suppose. I haven't seen the subs, don't know whether he's on the bench or not. But that's the starting lineup. It's a good, strong team. And that's good. It's good that he's put out a strong team. I was half sort of, I don't know, anxious, fearful, whatever you want to call it, that he would start off with a weakened team. But that was sort of eased a little bit when I heard his press conference that he intended to put out a strong team. And that's what he's done. There's a couple of changes. Interesting to see Rio, see how he gets on straight from the start. Also interesting to see how Chiesa gets on. The game he did start, the last one was Wolves. I don't think he did himself any favours. He didn't have a great game. He doesn't really set the world alight. It's funny though, in the press conference, the pre-match conference, he was asked about Chiesa, and he said he and Chiesa had a little chat, and that Chiesa seems to be happy enough with the way things are. That he said that he's getting a little few more minutes than he did last season. That's true. He's getting a few more minutes, but yeah, he seems happy. Arne Slot seems happy. It doesn't seem to be any aggro in the camp there, not in the Chiesa camp. And anyway, Egan Spans, how are you feeling? Hope you're about. Yeah, I'm looking forward to tonight's game. I'm feeling good. How are you feeling? Something witty? You're always with us. Glad to see you again. Any score predictions on your part? I'll let you put something up there in the chat if you want. My score predictions would be probably a convincing win for Liverpool, to be quite honest. I'm gonna go 3 or 4-0. I'm gonna stick my neck out there for once and go 3 or 4-0 Liverpool. I don't think that's unrealistic. Liverpool should be sweeping aside Barnsley, really. But you know, things can be strange. Ask the teams that lost at the weekend. Ask Crystal Palace how things are. The defending champions of the FA Cup going out in their first hurdle. So there you go. I think that was a surprise for Crystal Palace. But when you look at the teams they put out, it wasn't a really strong team. One thing that interests me though about the FA Cup is that some of the teams don't really take the early games too serious. And although you talk about shock wins and giant killings and stuff like that, it's not really like it was in the old days where you would get teams actually putting out full strength teams and a team from 2 or 3 divisions down below beating them. It's not that way anymore. The players that went out for Crystal Palace were second, probably even in some cases third team members. So it takes a bit of the gloss off that. But sure, it doesn't take the gloss off that for the team that beat them, Macclesfield, you know. But there you go. In today's world, the shocks are a little bit rare, but that was a shock. So let's hope there's not another shock tonight. And I think the team that Arne Slot has put out indicates that he doesn't want to be on the shock list of the FA Cup exits. The FA Cup team that Liverpool, or competition that Liverpool should be winning, Champions League is a bit hit and miss, pretty difficult to win that. We're out of the Carabao Cup, thanks to the weakened team that Slot put out. Looks like we're out of the league now at the moment. Things are not going great. We did get a good few results, but still too far behind Arsenal for my liking. So the FA Cup is probably one that we will be targeting, and quite possibly with a bit of luck, bit of increased form, we should do well in it. Only a couple of was it 4 or 5 games? 5 games to the final. So you play 5 games, you win a trophy. So that's good. So as I said, strong team. Looking to see how the young lad Rio does, as I've said already. A lot of people looking for him to get a start. He finally gets his start. Arne Slot was also asked in the pre-match press conference about Rio and his lack of minutes, I suppose. That was what the journalist was probably hinting at. Arne Slot comes back with the usual response that he gets more minutes than any other 17-year-old in the Premiership. That's true. He also mentioned that they were managing his minutes and they were managing his training. That Jayden Dan's injury, they reckoned it was due to overtraining, and they didn't want the same thing to happen to Rio, so they've sort of managed his minutes. I didn't expect him to start tonight, to be honest. I thought he might got a half hour, last 30 minutes or so. But obviously he starts, so that's good. Obviously down to Ekitike, he's not being fit enough to start, and a couple of other injuries that we do have. So he does play Frimpong. I didn't expect Frimpong to start either. I thought he would have rested him and gone for Ramsey or something like that. But that's the team Arne Slot has put out. That's the team Barnsley have to face, and I think it'll be too strong for Barnsley, to be quite honest. I think Liverpool will win this handily enough. Something really, is it a full strength Pool team tonight? Very, very close to it. If not, I'm thinking 2-1 Pool win. I would be hoping for more than a 2-1. I think Liverpool will probably have to have a convincing win tonight to make themselves feel good. They should be brushing teams like Barnsley aside. But we'll see. The FA Cup's a funny cup. It's funny business, football. You have to excuse me, I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, I think. So I apologise for the coughing in advance. Not far from kick-off now. 5 minutes or so. The players should be coming out. They should be coming out soon enough. I'll take down the team. I'm sure everybody knows the team by now. And is Anfield full? Anfield looks full. Wonder how Barnsley are sort of thinking tonight. Did they have any really hope of? Did they have any expectations? Maybe a draw would be their expectations, and maybe that'll be a good result for them. I'm sure they don't want to come here and get trounced. No team does. No team wants to get beaten badly. Exeter 10-1 was it 10-1 to City? It's not even a contest, is it, when it gets to that stage? So the groundsmen, they're going through their final preparations. Here's the players in the tunnel. I did have a feeling that he would go for a strong team, and even if he did weaken it a little bit, I had a feeling that Van Dijk would start. The experience and the leadership in that area of the pitch would have been vital. Rob Jones, Curtis Jones. I don't know why I keep calling him Rob Jones. I called him Rob Jones before as well. Curtis Jones starting in midfield. So Gravenberch gets a rest. It's funny enough though, I would have thought if anybody was looking for a rest or probably be given a rest, I thought McAllister would. I thought McAllister would have got a rest. He's one of the midfield players that seems to have struggled the most this season. And I thought a little sit on the bench would have done him the world of good. Gravenberch doesn't seem to tire. He seems to just go on forever. The same as Sabozlai. Like little robots, just keep running. Yeah, Sabozlai, Liverpool's best player of the season so far. So I'm looking forward to a good solid performance tonight. That's what I'm looking forward to the most. Performance over goals, I would imagine. But I do think there'll be plenty of goals. I just have a feeling. Tonight there'll be plenty of goals. I could be wrong. Would a 0-0 bore draw again, the same way as it was with Arsenal? But I don't think so. There'll be goals. There better be goals. I've sat through too many 0-0s or one-sided. Big night for Barnsley players, I suppose. I don't know exactly how many spaces between Liverpool and Barnsley, but it's a hell of a lot. You'd need a car to get there. Yeah, let me see. Players are coming out. That's a lovely blush pink tracksuit the Liverpool players are wearing. So Anfield looks jammed, as you would expect. Barnsley fans are there. Hopeful. Expectant. Oh, we'll soon see. So the Liverpool players now going through the handshakes. The pre-game ritual. Yeah, sit back and enjoy the game. Of course, if Barnsley score first, I wouldn't be enjoying it too much. That's when the anxiety will start to hit in. I'm sure if Barnsley get a goal, Slot's anxiety will go through the roof. I wonder, was he a slight bit nervous about this game, which is why he's put out such a strong team. He probably was, you know. He did get a bit of stick after losing to Plymouth Argyle last season in the FA Cup. So the substitutes: Endo, Kanate, Kerkaz, Vert, Ekateke is on the bench, Gravenberch, and it's a strong bench as well, in fairness. Very strong bench. I didn't think Endo was going to make the bench. I thought he was still injured. Of course, Allison, the sub goalie. So they line out as you would expect. Gakpo's through the middle, and then the rest is as you would expect. Chiesa out on the right, Rio out on the left. Barnsley, Cooper, Watson, DeGivney, Shepherd, Phillips, Bland, O'Keefe. I don't know that name. I'm not going to have a go at that. Cleary. And another fella. Another fella. Number 40. We'll just call him number 40. Something done. Double barrel name. There was a time when you were younger, if you had a Davis, Kelleher, Dunn, a double barrel name, you were a bit posh. So we have one prediction in the chat: 2-1 to Liverpool. That would be a close game. I'd say Barnsley would settle for a 2-1 defeat at the moment. And we're being too harsh on Barnsley. So we're about to kick off. Come on, Liverpool, get the game done quick. Get it over quick. It's like going to the dentist. Pull the tooth quick, dentist. No hanging around, armour off. Just get it over with. And that's probably what we'll be feeling with tonight. I don't expect it to be a fantastic game. Just get it over with. Just get it done and dusted. Get the job done. Get the job done. There's head tennis going on at the moment. Barnsley are on the attack. Oh. Comes across. Barnsley have hit the post. Ball was crossed in. The Barnsley forward got his head to her first. Beats Marmadashvili and comes off the post. Nearly a fantastic start for Barnsley. Nearly. This is actually good play. The ball is flicked in. He gets between Gomez and Van Dijk. Heads it. Goes to Marmadashvili's left. He can't reach it and just hits the post. So that's a let-off. That's already a let-off for Liverpool. That would have sat the cat among the pigeons. So Van Dijk has it now. Robertson plays it across to Gomez. That's another reason why you should always go with your full strength team. Just imagine if it was a weakened team that had gone in. They'd already be facing an uphill battle. But it was close. It was close. So Liverpool are just passing it around. As the Barnsley has it in the middle of the park. Goes out to Jones. Here's Rio's first touch. Flicks his feet in front of the ball once or twice and just scoops it into Szoboszlai. Joe Gomez gets caught on the ball. It's going through. Barnsley have it on the edge of the box. He goes around Van Dijk. Van Dijk just about gets back. He puts it across and Robbo has to head it out towards the touchline and then collects it. And then it's a hectic clearance up to Gakpo, who can't control it, but he gets a free kick. Be honest with you, that's 2 minutes in and one really good chance and one half chance for Barnsley. Gomez gets caught dawdled on the ball in the middle of the park. Excuse me. Frimpong. McAllister. Chiesa can't control the ball in the box and Barnsley just kick it out. So kind of a slow... I mean, it's 3 minutes, but kind of a... Barnsley started quicker, so kind of a slow start from Liverpool. That would have been embarrassing for Arne Slot. Frimpong. He plays it back. It's going backwards now. Ends up with McAllister in the middle of the park there. Rio gets another little touch. Gives it to Curtis Jones. Szoboszlai shoots. Blocked down. Keeper should... Oh, kind of a strange thing from the keeper there. Instead of catching it up, he lets the ball drop, and he nearly walked behind. He nearly walked back into his goal, to be quite honest, but he didn't. So there we go. I think my stream bot was being overzealous. I've just removed them from the chat. the stream bot got removed. There's something really sorry about that. Don't know what you said. It's gone and anyway, but a few deleted messages. Hold on, have a look and see what you said. Could be another upset. I don't think that's too long of a message. I got rid of that stream, lads. Yeah, I stopped the bot. You're grand. I don't think that was an excessive message. Should ban the Streamlabs bot from the chat. Long ball. Chiesa can't catch it. Runs out. It just shown the Barnsley chance again. It was a lovely cross. The striker gets between Van Dijk and Gomez, gets the header on it. Keeper's beat, all ends up. Doesn't beat the post though. So Barnsley on the out just outside the box. Liverpool are starting to press them a little more now. They have a throw. Szoboszlai about 10 yards inside the Barnsley half. Gives it out to Gomez in the centre of the park now. Frimpong is looking for it, but he doesn't give it to him. He gives it back into Van Dijk. Van Dijk gives it out to Rio. So here's Rio one-on-one now. Let's see what happens. Yeah, a little flicking of his feet. Just a little step over. Comes inside. Goes back to McAllister. Robertson puts it in. Hits a Barnsley defender. Goes out for a corner. Liverpool's first corner of the game. First corner of the game for Liverpool. Gakpo's going to put it across. Virgil van Dijk is having a little wrestle there before the ball comes. Here it comes. Comes across. Poor corner. Ends back up with Curtis Jones. He puts it in. Van Dijk. Szoboszlai goes up. The defender gets there first. Comes out to Rio. Just outside the box. He's getting fouled. He's getting fouled big time. But the referee gives nothing. Liverpool get a throw. Feck off Streamlabs. I don't even use Streamlabs. That must be from an old one. Szoboszlai shoots. Oh, what a goal! What a cracking goal from Szoboszlai. He barely celebrates. An absolutely cracking goal. Doesn't celebrate at all. He just turns away as if it's expected. It's 1-0. It's Liverpool's first shot on target. I think he's about 30 yards out. And right into the roof of the net to the keeper's right hand side. Doesn't give the keeper a chance. So he gets it. Curtis Jones has it. He gives it to Szoboszlai. McAllister puts it across. Yeah, hits it with his right foot. He's about 30 yards, I reckon. It's a great strike. He hits the ball so well. In fairness to the keeper, I think he gets his fingers to it. Showing it again. Keeper, if he gets his fingers, it's his nails. That's what he gets to it. But there you go. Szoboszlai hardly celebrates at all. Liverpool are 1 up. And that's what I was saying to you. You start your strong team. You get the game done. And then you make the changes. Liverpool have been guilty a couple of times in cup games of starting weaker teams and it just ending up being a struggle. You don't want to give the opposition any type of encouragement whatsoever. No reaction, by the way, from the Barnsley manager. Stone-faced, nothing, just stood there. Well, so did Arne Slot, to be honest. No reaction at all. No even reaction from Szoboszlai. I think they mean business tonight. They have that business feel about them. They have that business look about them. The messing is over. They've enough of playing shit, I suppose. Oh, Szoboszlai gives it away in the middle of the park. Comes Barnsley. There's no one there. He has to go back. He makes a bad pass. It goes out for a throw. Yeah, he won the ball in the middle of Szoboszlai, but there was nobody up ahead of him. So he had to turn out to the touchline, and it eventually just rolls over. There's a long ball from Van Dijk. Little back heel from Chiesa to Frimpong. Frimpong is on the edge of the box, gives it back to Chiesa. A little 1-2. Terrible attempt. But Chiesa wins it back, gives it to Frimpong. Frimpong just can't get his foot to it to control it. Bounces around a little bit. Ends up with Gakpo on the right hand side. ends back up Gomez. Szoboszlai's in the middle again. He has his shooting boots on, so the Barnsley defence better be careful. Chiesa puts it across. No one there. Barnsley defender lets it run out. Goal kick Barnsley. Yeah, Liverpool mean business. They just look a little bit different tonight. Now, relax. I know it's Barnsley, but they just look a little bit different. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's that magic sauce. I don't know. But they just look a little bit different. It's a worldie from Szoboszlai. I'm thinking if it's against Real Madrid, he goes bananas. But because it's against Barnsley, he just puts his hand out to get a. It's not a high five. It's a low five from Van Dijk. But then again, Van Dijk is about 6'5", and I suppose Szoboszlai isn't too far behind him, 6'3" or something like that. So I guess any sort of five is a high five. Something witty. It looked effortless in the replay. It did look effortless. It was like a golfer just taking a swing. He just hits the ball so cleanly, Szoboszlai. At times he hits the ball so cleanly. But when he does, man, it's like a rocket. Anyway, here comes Barnsley. Enough of drooling over Szoboszlai and Liverpool. Barnsley are on the edge of Liverpool's box. He shoots and it goes wide. The 3 players there for Barnsley. It was a good little break. I've continued to salivate at Szoboszlai's goal, which he didn't even celebrate, and Barnsley were breaking. 3 players were getting up the pitch. They got to the edge of the box. He took a shot, but it wasn't a great shot. Just goes wide. Keeper wasn't worried, so it must have been well wide. If that goal had gone in for Barnsley in the first 30 seconds to a minute, would the game be any different now? But it didn't. Frimpong out there, gives it to Chiesa. Yeah, Barnsley are falling back. They're falling. Oh, Rio goes around the defender. Easy, he's inside the box, plays it back, gets cut out. Barnsley just cleared. Yeah, Barnsley are playing so deep that there's every time Liverpool have the ball, there's 3 or 4 of them free, to be quite honest. It's easy to pick out a Liverpool player. And that's only a recipe for disaster. If you're going to give the space to Szoboszlai, he's going to have another crack, He'll have another crack. McAllister won't be shy about shooting neither will Curtis Jones be shy about shooting. McAllister flicks it over the top. The defender gets ahead to it. Curtis Jones lets it run out for another corner to Liverpool, and he wants to take it quick. I told you, Liverpool mean business. They really do. There's no messing about. Put the ball down. Took a Szoboszlai again. They haven't learned. They have not learned the same sort of distance. Szoboszlai gets the ball. This time a defender gets his head to it. But if they're going to give him the space, what is he going to do? That's exactly what he's going to do. The defender puts his head in the way. Fair play to the defender. The defender is shaking his head. I think he's dizzy after that. I think he's dizzy. Not in a bad sense, not in a blonde sort of sense, like dizzy blonde or anything like that. Oh, here it goes. Oh, Curtis, the ball came out to Curtis and he put his foot through it, but they threw their bodies in front of it, in fairness. And we need a ball replacement. I think Curtis Jones hit the ball so hard he actually burst it. Is that possible? Because as soon as he kicked it, the next little segment of play, the ball was changed. Yeah, they're just standing. Szoboszlai again just outside the box, right in front of the goal. This time he passes it off. Rio has it out on the edge. He clips it into the box. That's easily headed out, but it's straight back to a Liverpool player. Yeah, look, this is ominous for now for Barnsley. Too deep, giving Liverpool too much space. Yeah, there's only going to be one winner. Ball comes in. Goes out for another corner. I think Barnsley's plan was try to hold on as long as possible, I think, and try sneak one, because they're falling so deep. It doesn't look like there was any other sort of plan to be put into action. It's just that Liverpool have got the goal, and they haven't changed. Every time Liverpool get the ball, they just drop back to the edge of their box. It's just not good enough. Van Dijk wins the header, but it's cleared by the Barnsley defenders. McAllister just picks it up, gives it to Frimpong on the halfway line. The Barnsley players just let him have it. He gives it back to McAllister. There's not a Barnsley player within 15 yards of any Liverpool player when they have the ball. And then there's, just looking at it, there's 4 or 5 Liverpool players free that the player on the ball can easily pick out. Yeah, it's only going to go one way, guys. Only going to go one way. Frimpong out on the right, just outside the box, plays a 1-2 with Chiesa, gets it back inside the box, but the defender gets his foot to it. It pops back out to Chiesa. He gives it to Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai bursts forward. He's on the edge of the box, gives it to Frimpong. He puts it across. There's no one there. It's headed out easily. But again, you know what the story is. It's just picked up by a Liverpool player. McAllister, I think it was McAllister. No, it was Robinson. Tries to play the ball out to Rio. And it just went straight out the touch. So O'Keefe has it now for Barnsley. It's a throw in. The manager's telling him to hold up for some reason. Is he? No. I don't know what he has his hand up for. Maybe he wants to go to the bathroom. I don't know. Maybe he needs permission to leave the sideline to use the facilities. Anyway, the throw comes in. Liverpool, Szoboszlai, just so much space, just so much time. McAllister plays a little quick ball to Curtis Jones. Couple of other passes, ends up with Szoboszlai back in the middle again. Yeah, Liverpool have slowed it down a little bit now. It's that, bad pass from Szoboszlai, but Van Dijk gets his leg there to reach it. Ends up with Rio. Another little couple of step overs. Plays a nice ball to Gakpo, who loses it. Frimpong puts it in. Excuse me. Goes out for another corner. Yes, the ball rolled out towards the other edge of the box, and Szoboszlai was shaping up to hit it again, and Chiesa just took it off his feet. Chiesa needs a good game. He really does. He does need a good game. Need to get a feel for him. He's a good player, Chiesa, because I remember him from, I can't say last year because he didn't play last year much, but when he was playing with Italy in the Euros and stuff, he is a good player. But we just have to see that player. Just have to see him in the Liverpool shirt. That's a Liverpool corner. And whatever happens, it goes out for a throw on the other side of the pitch, about 10 yards down from the halfway line. And I mean a throw to Barnsley, not to Liverpool. It wasn't headed out or anything. It just sort of went weird. Very poor corner. Yeah, very poor corner. It's a strange one. Here we go. It's been a while since Barnsley got over the halfway line. And they haven't managed to do it this time either. The 20th minute, you know what that means. Liverpool have it. Spoiled for, yeah, the Liverpool players are spoiled for choice when they have the ball and who to pass it to. There's no pressure on them at all. Lots of their teammates are clear. Just spoiled for choice. And you know, you give good players room to play, they're just going to play. And they're going to play you off the park. I think that's the difference between the Premiership teams and some of the lower tiered teams, is the pressure, the constant movement of the ball. Sometimes the lack of pressure from the Rio, I don't know what Rio's doing there, he just lost the ball. The lack of pressure from the opposing teams just gives them extra space to be able to play. Not a good start to the game, I have to say, from Rio. Touched the ball a couple of times, hasn't done much with it. A few step overs, flicking of the ankles and stuff like that, like a ballet dancer. But as much as contributing much to the game, he hasn't done much. I don't want to be harsh on him. He's only 17, but he just fouled and gave away a free kick there after he lost the ball. So look, more to come from him, obviously. But maybe a little word in his ear to stop with the step overs and the flicking of the ankles and stuff like that, and just get down to business as taking on the full back. Sometimes I think old-fashioned football is lost. Sometimes just put the ball down. Just go at the full back. If you have the speed and you have the skill, there's no need to dance with the ball in front of the full back. There was a cross there from Barnsley. He just comes off Robbo, and it just loops over Mamardashvili's head, but it just goes wide of the far post. Sorry, I'm getting sidetracked, giving out about a 17-year-old. Corner for Barnsley. But I call it as I say it. I try not to watch things through rosy tinted glasses or red tinted glasses. There's a great shot from Barnsley. Mamardashvili, full stretch, stops it. If you're old enough to play, well then you're old enough to take criticism. So Barnsley getting out of the half now. Van Dijk will just play it back to Mamardashvili. He puts it, oh good God. He gives the ball to Joe Gomez that he shouldn't have done. And Joe Gomez just gets out of it with his quick thinking and his quick feet. Barnsley really pressed him strong, but he just haven't had enough whereabouts of what was around him to be able to get rid of the ball. Liverpool have it on the halfway line now. Just quieting things down, settling things down. Barnsley had a little ball for a little 2 or 3 minute thing there. Good shot from outside the box. Mamardashvili was at full stretch to save it. You don't want to let them back into it. I mean, if they're going to get back into it, fair enough, but make them earn it. Don't let them back in through not concentrating and not do what you're supposed to be doing. They're going to show the shot here now. Yeah, it comes out to him and he catches it on the half volley. It's a good shot. It's a good shot, but it's a save for the TV cameras. Yeah, it was a comfortable save. He dived. He was almost waiting for the ball to arrive. You'd expect him to save it. He saved it, so he did his job. That's good enough. It's a nice strike, though. Frimpong nearly gets caught out with the bounce of the ball. Just manages to recover. Puts Liverpool on the break. Curtis Jones now. Gakpo just inside the box. Steps inside, shoots. Blocks down. Curtis Jones on the edge of the box now. Moves in. Another shot. Blocks. Goes out for another corner. Well, I thought it was a corner. It's been given as a goal kick. And the keeper just kicks it straight out. I thought it was a corner. Obviously not. Just to remind you, there's no VAR. We have no VAR tonight. So what the ref gives is what the ref gives. We can actually celebrate goals straight away. Unless, of course, the flag goes up. But more or less, there's not going to be like a 3-minute delay. Szoboszlai seeing a lot of the ball. Little pass over the top looking for Chiesa. Chiesa's not going to get there. The keeper comes out and collects it easily. He rolls it out to his full back. Chiesa tries to chase him down. And he does, in fairness, and fouls him. That's what you call a good foul, because there was nowhere for the full-back to hit the ball. I don't think any Barnsley players were above the halfway line, and he just slows down, takes the contact from Chiesa, falls over, free kick. And we go over the other side of the pitch now, and it's a throw to Barnsley on Liverpool's left-hand side. And we found ourselves all the way over on the other side of the pitch now. Frimpong is getting taken on. He's standing up easy, shows them the inside. Your man goes outside, puts it across. Szoboszlai slides in and gets his foot to it. And then it's half cleared from Gomez, I think. But Barnsley have it again. Frimpong gets in a tackle, clears it, doesn't go out to throw in. Barnsley play it down the line again, but there's nobody there. Nobody there. Gomez gets it. What does Gomez? It was offside. Just as well it was offside, because Gomez just kicked it straight out to for a throw-in. So a little couple of signs that Barnsley are starting to recover from going one down in the last few minutes, showing a little bit more adventure. We use the word adventure, and getting into Liverpool's half more frequently. They had a couple of shots, nothing outstanding, but they are getting forward more. I don't know whether it's them. Oh, here they go. Van Dijk is a one-on-one. Goes inside. He's going to shoot. Mamardashvili easily gathers it up. But there you go. Van Dijk has found himself on a one-on-one with the Barnsley striker. He's unhappy about that. He shows him outside. He goes inside and shoots. And Mamardashvili, it's not a great shot in fairness. It's easy. It's easy to be gathered by the goalkeeper. But there you go. It's another opportunity for Barnsley. Liverpool have started to pop up these little half chances in the last 10 minutes. It looks like they've taken their foot off the pedal themselves a little bit. The passing has become a little bit more pedestrian, let's say. Now they've spread it wide to Chiesa. Chiesa comes inside the edge of the box, gives it to Jones, gives it back to Chiesa. Chiesa's on his wrong foot. He tries to pull it across for his left foot. That doesn't work out. Here come Barnsley again. God, sorry, I do have a cold coming in. I would be, wouldn't I? I would have a cold coming on. Of course I would have a cold coming on, because I have a few days off work. I wouldn't have a cold coming on if I was at work. Frimpong is playing ping pong with Joe Gomez. Van Dijk now has it. Even Van Dijk would have a shot. The space there was there for Van Dijk to hit it. Szoboszlai shapes up to hit it again, pulls it back inside, sets it up for Van Dijk. He refuses the shot again. If Szoboszlai gets another open, he's going to hit it this time. He's refused two there and played the pass. Little 1-2 with Gakpo and Jones doesn't come off. McAllister gets in to stop the pass out. It comes to Van Dijk. Frimpong is open, miles of space out on the right. They haven't given it to him. Oh, what was that? That was a cool little sort of, I don't know what that was from Szoboszlai, but it was very fancy. Barnsley player just tries to play a past Joe Gomez and run onto it, but Joe Gomez just stands in his way and checks him. Yep, that's a yellow card. I don't know what Szoboszlai did there, but it was kind of freaky looking. They haven't shown it again. It's like he shapes with one foot to hit the ball, and then when his foot was in the air, he just hit it with his other foot and passed it. I hope they show that again. That was kind of weird. Kind of weird. But it wouldn't be as weird if Barnsley got an equaliser. That would be very weird. They have it now. They've sprayed it out onto Liverpool's right. Frimpong has come out to try and close him down. He's on the edge of the box now. He just loses it. He gets confused. Do I go outside? Do I go inside? What do I do? He does nothing. And Frimpong just takes it off him. It's the art of indecision. Padawan. Here come Liverpool. Rio. He's going across to go. He's going nowhere. He gives it to Chiesa. Gives it out to Frimpong. Frimpong tries to put his foot through it. It bounces around a little bit and Barnsley come away with it, but again there's nobody there. There's a Barnsley 1, 2, 3, 4, a Barnsley player surrounded by 6 Liverpool players as he tried to break away, and there's no one ahead of him for him to give the ball to. Rio has it again. Just go round him or inside him. He backheels it to Robbo. Robbo puts it across. There's nobody there. Just Gakpo. Just Gakpo in there by himself. And the defender just chests it back to the goalkeeper. So 34 minutes in. Liverpool 1, Barnsley 0 in the FA Cup. Probably a fair reflection of the game so far. Liverpool have scored a worldie from, I call it a worldie. Szoboszlai didn't celebrate, about 30 yards out. That was the highlight of Liverpool's. Then they went through a phase where they were having a couple of pot shots from outside the box because Barnsley were standing off them. But it could have been also different because in the first minute Barnsley hit the post with a header. But overall, probably 1-0 is probably a fair reflection of the game so far. Curtis Jones is he's been dragged out of, and then he's pushed just for good measure. Curtis Jones has a little laugh. O'Keefe runs back after being pulling out of him and pushing him for about 10 or 15 yards. Frimpong is getting so much space out on the right, but on occasions they fail to get the ball to him. They got the ball to him this time. He cuts inside and he buries it into the back of the net. Liverpool 2, Barnsley 0. What a goal from Frimpong. It looked easy. But I had said earlier that Frimpong had so much space and he was looking for the ball and that they failed to get it out to him. This time they did get it out to him. He cuts inside, he hits it, and he buries it at the near post. 2-0 Liverpool. Yeah, McAllister gives it to him. cuts in, hits it with his left, beats the keeper at the near post, straight into the roof of the net. I have to say, two cracking goals. Two cracking goals from Liverpool. So my prediction is on. 4-0, I said. I said we'd see goals, and in the first 36 minutes we have seen two of them. Frimpong celebrated his. Do you know what? I think Szoboszlai has celebrated Frimpong's goal more than he did his own. Cooper, the Barnsley goalkeeper, he's down injured. I think he's had enough. I think he's like one of those kids on the playground. You know the kid years ago that owned the ball. I mean, he had enough. He'd take a sissy fit and bring the ball home with him and wreck the game of football that was going on. Of course, that was in the days when balls weren't so prevalent, let's say. You know, you'd get a ball as a Christmas present from Santa. And you'd think you were the coolest kid on the block. And you probably were, you know. If you had a ball, you had friends, that's for sure. We used to get those balls that came in cardboard boxes. I don't think they do them anymore. Little presentation box. I haven't seen one of them in a very long time. I was never the kid that took the ball home from the football game and wrecks the game. I wasn't that person. They're only rumours. I was definitely not that person. Keeper down, getting treatment. I think he's had enough. He's back up again. The keeper is back up again. Wants an early night. Who wants an early night? Slot? Slot wants an early night. Frimpong wants an early night. The whole Liverpool. Oh, I get it now. Oh, you've put it in. You've put it back in. Yeah, I'm a bit slow. Age thing. Alzheimer's, you know. I was going up the stairs today and the doorbell rang and I stopped and I couldn't remember if I was on the way up or on the way down. And I couldn't remember why I stopped. It was the doorbell. So I just continued up the stairs. Yeah, the keeper. The keeper wants an early night. Yeah, the penny finally dropped. Yeah, give the keeper an early night. No, he wants to play. It's probably the biggest game of his career, to be quite honest. As with most of the Barnsley players, let's be fair. An FA Cup game at Anfield on a Monday night under the floodlights with 90, let's say 80%, 90% full Liverpool team. That's what. Oh, Szoboszlai loses it. What was he doing? The donkey. Now, I have no idea what just happened. Just like the pass that Szoboszlai made early on in the game, I've no idea how he done that. But I've actually no idea how he's done this. He was running across the goal with the ball, and I'm not. Please tell me he didn't try backheel it to somebody. I hope it got stuck under his foot. But he leaves the ball behind him. I'm going to stop talking because they're going to show the replay. The ball is played in. Szoboszlai gets it on one side of the box. He runs across the box. Oh yeah, you idiot. He tries to be smart and go past the keeper and then roll it back to him with the studs of his boot. And he can't do it. He misses the ball completely, and the Barnsley player that was following him just slides it into the net. This is what I was saying. They're not giving teams any encouragement at all, and that's just total bloody stupidity on Szoboszlai's part. It really is. Absolutely crazy, ridiculous. It's not professional. It's lackadaisical. I think that's a word. Yeah, lackadaisical, and shows no respect to the opponent. It's absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely stupid. I remember Robbie Keane when he came to Liverpool. He did something stupid like that, and I think it was the UEFA Cup game. And he wasn't long before he got shown the door after that. Liverpool were struggling in the game. I think he tried to backheel it or something into the net, and he missed it, and it cost Liverpool dearly. If I remember correctly, it was a long time ago now. You remember, he might be going a bit ditzy. Yeah, but he wasn't long after that before he got shot. He got shot off. Not suggesting that Szoboszlai is going to get shot off, but it was a stupid thing to do. Let's just leave it at that. Absolutely stupid. So, 41 minutes in, 2-1 Liverpool. In a game that Liverpool dominate, they do something stupid. Gives Barnsley a bit of hope now. They go in at half time, possibly 2-1. The talk at half time is a lot easier for the manager. Szoboszlai will have to make up now and score another worldie. Maybe he'll celebrate the next goal. By the way, it's not like he was under pressure. He had plenty of time to get rid of the ball. Plenty of time. He has it now again, and anyway. I was just about to say before that rather unfortunate mistake by Szoboszlai that 2-0 up. This is why you go with a strong team to start the game rather than having them on the bench, sort of to fix it up if you get into trouble, so to speak. You start with your strong team and you finish it. You finish the game off, and then you can bring on the players. I was just about to say that, but then Liverpool give away a goal, and Barnsley get themselves back into it. 2-1, 43rd minute, 44 minutes. The camera has settled on Szoboszlai just there briefly. See what his reaction is, I suppose. Okay, so it's coming up to half time. I'll let the half end, and then I'll give you my thoughts on the first half, if that's okay. My honest opinion. I don't care if a player is 40. Was it James Milner is 40, I think. Is it? Did they say he was 40? I don't care if you're 40 or if you're 17. If you're on the pitch, you're going to be talked about, either praised or it's just showing Szoboszlai again. Either praised or oh, sorry, I shouldn't be laughing, but it does look funny. Or not. Praised or not. Or maybe I'll save it till full time. so I don't look like a tool at the end of the game. Yeah, I'll save it till full time. So long ball, just cleared out. Frimpong has it in the middle of the park. Just 2 minutes to play out in this half. Liverpool probably just slow it down a little bit. Szoboszlai has it just inside Barnsley's half. Oh, Robbo has different ideas. He makes a little burst forward and looks for the ball. Yeah, I don't think the Liverpool players, they just want this half to end now. They're not really putting the ball anywhere. They're just playing it among themselves out there on the left. It now goes back into McAllister in the middle. And it goes all the way across to Joe Gomez. Yeah, just playing out the first half now. Comes across to Frimpong. Maybe he fancies another go. Joe Gomez puts it across. Curtis Jones tries to get to it at the back post. It's a free out. Yeah, just a little bit too hard, let's say. Too much effort from Curtis Jones. Gives away a foul. Good man, Curtis Jones. Good player, Curtis Jones. Oh, God, sorry. I told you I had a cold coming on. You had that horrible feeling you get in the back of your throat. So there we go. It's half time. Yeah, look, it's a good half. It's a good half. Liverpool sort of dominated it, and through a mistake which Szoboszlai doesn't make very often. In fairness to him, the one mistake he does make, the area of the pitch that he makes it in is not great, and yeah, Barnsley get one back, 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. It's 2-1. We leave it at that. I'm going to grab myself a cup of tea to get sort of rid of that thing in the back of my throat, and then we shall be back in time for the second half. Until then, go have yourself a cup of tea as well. See you in a few. So we're back. The players are out, so we're back. Interestingly enough, 2-1 to Liverpool, but Marmardashvili made a good save and they hit the post, so it could be 2-2. That'd be a bit of a shocker, wouldn't it? 2-2 wouldn't be ideal. The commentary team at the half-time break there, but they were saying that probably a bit arrogant from Szoboszlai. I did mention something about that in the chat, I think. Just a little bit lackadaisical, and well, we're off at the second half. A little bit on the lax side, a little bit arrogant, I suppose you could say that. So there we go, we're off in the second half. And for all those wonderful people in the chat, I've decided to run a poll. And see what you think. It's a quite simple poll. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? Because I seen the ad on the break. Pineapple on pizza, yes or no? I'm sure there'll be tons of interaction on that one. So we kick off. No changes on either team. Because we might have seen a couple of changes if Barnsley hadn't got a goal. You might have seen 1 or 2 changes from Liverpool at half time. Maybe 2-0 wasn't enough. Chiesa tries to get a shot off. It's blocked down. I got me cup of tea. Sorry for my constant, I don't know what you call it, grunting. But my throat is starting to get sore now. So Liverpool. Some people may say you'd be a bit of luck, you might get some laryngitis. You won't be able to talk. But don't be like that. So Liverpool have not much going on. About 15 yards outside Barnsley's box. Szoboszlai is in space again. This time he's not going to shoot. He gives it back out to Robertson. Robertson tries to play a little 1-2 with Curtis Jones. Doesn't come off. Rio has it now. Beats 1, beats 2, beats 3. Hits it to Gakpo. Barnsley get their foot in. Comes back out to McAllister. So sort of very similar pattern to what was going on in the first half. Ball comes across. Frimpong is never going to win a header in the box. Come on. He's at the back post. Here comes Barnsley now, just over the halfway line. They have a player on the outside. Szoboszlai puts a big deep cross in. The player keeps it in just on the edge of the box. Frimpong comes back. He tries to play it inside. McAllister gets his foot to it, but they still have it just outside the Liverpool box. He's going to take on Frimpong. He gets around him, puts it across. Gomez just scoops it out, half scoops it out. A little bit of pressure from Barnsley, but they're going backwards now. They're now all the way back to the halfway line. Chiesa tries to pressure the defender, but just runs past him. he just runs past him, and then he ends up giving a free kick. I think he gets a bang in the mouth for his troubles. Oh yeah, a little bit of a, I don't know, that looked a little bit like a nasty swing of the arm there from the Barnsley player. I'll tell you his name now when he stands up, if I can see it. I can't see it. Number 14. Is it number 19, is it? Number 19. I think it was a little bit of a nasty swing of the elbow. Anyway. We put it down as accidental. natural movement of the arm, let's say. Anyway, Barnsley have an opportunity now to put the ball into the box, which they will take. O'Keefe is going to whip it across. It's going to be an in-swinger towards Marmadashvili. These free kicks can be dangerous. It's a poor free kick though. It doesn't beat the first man, but it does get an opportunity. Slides in. Ball is up in the air. Sabozalai is coming away with it. He gives it out to Robertson. He's offside. Robertson tried to play Curtis Jones through, but he would have been offside. But Barnsley have the ball now, and anyway. So Frimpong, oh, that's offside as well. It's kind of good to get these instant offsides, isn't it? Oh, he's not offside. Van Dijk over the far side of the pitch is Van Dijk over the far side, judging by the lines on the pitches. If this was VAR, this wouldn't be offside. Van Dijk on the linesman's side is playing Cleary. It's Cleary playing Cleary well onside. That was not offside. Chiesa just getting a bit of treatment to his nose. Who knows what's going to happen with Chiesa? Did you get it? Who knows? Treatment to his nose. Oh, I cracked myself up. Long ball. Out towards Rio. Curtis Jones applauds it. But, yeah. He's not getting that. He's not getting it. So Gomez has it in the middle of his own half. They go over the halfway line now with McAllister. It goes out to Chiesa out on the right. He gives it to Frimpong. Frimpong puts it across. Goalkeeper catches. Cody Gakpo goes flying into the back. Flying into the back of the net. Oh, Barnsley just played themselves into trouble. Bad pass. Curtis Jones tries to slip it through to Gakpo. Gets cut out, but he gets it back. And now ends up at Rio on the far side. He loses it. Van Dijk gathers it on the edge of the box. Van Dijk's going to hit it. It breaks to Rio. He's taken too long over it, and now he's closed down. There's 3 players around. He puts in a little cross. Look at it. It goes out for a corner. Let's just leave it at that. Goes out for a corner for Liverpool. Maybe Curtis Jones could, it's just too high for Curtis Jones. He's watching the ball rather than attacking it. But Liverpool got a corner. Robertson's going to put it in. The first corner of the second half. Yes, 2-1. 2-1 Liverpool. Good corner. Barnsley headed out. No. Rio just pushes the defender. You're just not going to get away with stuff like that. He probably just Van Dijk is a little bit upset. Maybe he just needs a little word in his ear, you know, because it's up to the more senior professionals to guide the young lad through the game. It was really unnecessary. Just lets Barnsley off the hook. Lets them put the ball down for free kick and clear the lines. Marmadashvili has it now. Frimpong loses out to Cleary. Cleary plays it off Frimpong. It goes out for a Barnsley throw. Barnsley player throws it in, just rolls out again for a Liverpool throw on the halfway line. They take it quickly, and it's gone over to the other side of the pitch now. A little bit slow from Liverpool, to be honest. I would much prefer them to move the ball a little bit quicker, because at 2-1, at 2-1, there's still opportunities for Barnsley, and you really don't want this to be dragging on into the 70th and 80th minute and still be only 2-1, because then they feel they really have a chance. And in football, anything can happen. It really can. And it was Liverpool that let them back into it. It's nothing that they created all by themselves. It was just poor play from Liverpool. Szoboszlai's going to take the corner. Comes across. Van Dijk. Oh, Van Dijk catches it on the volley. I think it goes to the ground and bounces off the ground. I think the keeper saves it. Comes to Van Dijk on the volley. Oh, it's a great save from the goalkeeper. I couldn't see it from the other angle. It's actually a great save from the goalkeeper. Van Dijk hits it on the volley. It bounces off the ground, and it was bouncing high up into the goal, and the keeper just gets his hand to it. Cody Gakpo. Szoboszlai puts it across. It's headed out. McAllister hooks it over his head back in. Cody Gakpo takes it down in the box and swings and gets a half a shot off. Liverpool, a bad pass. Chiesa just can't get there. It was a bad pass across the defence, in the Barnsley defence, but Chiesa just can't get to it. They end up clearing it. They're now just inside Liverpool's half, and there's a bit of space over on the right. Andy Robertson is a bit late getting out to close him down, and now we can get a run at him. He's just inside the box. They attempt to put it across, but Szoboszlai stops it, ends up with Andy Robertson in the corner. He kicks it off the Barnsley player, and they get a goal kick. I don't know. It's now here comes the substitutions. Yeah, Arne Slot is really taking this game serious, and I don't think he's very happy with what's going on the pitch at the moment, because the players he's bringing on Ekitike, Wirtz, and I didn't see who the third player was. So the kids ain't playing tonight, guys. That's for sure. He's actually unhappy with the team that is out there, unless it was a planned move that in the 60th minute we'd bring on so many players and who they'd be. So it's Kanate, it's Ekitike, and it's Wirtz that's coming on. And I'm sure we'll see the end of Rio, and I'm sure we'll see the end of Gomez, and I'm sure we'll see the end of Gakpo. There's Gomez. That's the first one. Will I be 3 out of 3? Frimpong is making his way. I'm surprised at that. Maybe he's actually trying to save him. So So no, that's all right. And who's the third? It's Kanate is on. Ekateke is on. Verts is on. I presume it's Rio. And Cody Gakpo will go to the left. Oh, surprise, surprise, it's Chiesa. Ball comes over the top, long ball. Okay, to be quite honest, I'm probably not too surprised Chiesa has come off because he hasn't done anything. 60 minutes in, and he hasn't done a hell of a lot. I don't think he's contributed anything in a creative way whatsoever. Here come Barnsley in the box, and that's going to be a goal kick. I think he just goes down. Barnsley are not happy at all. There's no VAR tonight. They want a penalty. Szoboszlai was chasing it back into the box. I don't think the player that goes down appeals too much, in fairness. So we've no VAR, so we'll never know until we see the replay, which they haven't shown yet. Okay, so let's see what's going on in the chat. 1 goal lead means very little. 1 goal lead does actually mean very little. It keeps the other team in the game. No matter how much possession you have, at just one down, you always have a chance. And that's just proven it just that second ago, where Barnsley thought they had a penalty. So yeah, 1 goal is never a good lead. Actually, don't they say 2-1 is the worst lead you can have in football? Actually, 1-0 is even better than 2-1. I don't know. Maybe some person out there will let us know. What else have we got? Very attacking changes. Yeah, I think. Well, Kanate is obviously a defensive change, and I think that's just so maybe Gomez doesn't get injured. He has been out for a while. Maybe the minutes are being managed in his legs. The other change. Oh, excuse me. There's my coffee again. The other change is Ekateke. He was out injured for a couple of games. Maybe they just want to get minutes in his legs as well. And Verts on. They're showing the replay now. No, I think he actually dives. To be quite honest, I'll be honest. I do think he just dives to the ground. Anyway, where was I? Verts. I don't know if we needed Verts in this game. I think he has enough minutes in his legs. So the Verts thing is a little bit strange for me. A little bit strange. I would have taken. I probably would have taken the young lad Rio off, to be quite honest. There's a shot from Liverpool. They're showing it again. Hold on, they're showing it on the big screen now. They just show the little. You know, there's a little bit of contact. No, it's definitely not a penalty. It's the Barnsley player that makes contact with Szoboszlai's leg. No, actually, there's no contact. He leaves his leg. Szoboszlai doesn't contact him, and then he sort of leaves his leg hanging there, and he goes over. Absolutely no penalty. Absolutely not. And I think even if we had VAR, it'd be still no penalty. The player on the ground smiles a little bit. I think that might tell you something. If he truly felt he was fouled, I don't think he'd be smiling. So, 63, 64 minutes gone. Still 2-1. Liverpool corner comes across. It's headed up. It's floating around in the box there. I think it's been headed out for. Oh, they stop it. Szoboszlai has it now, gives it to Cody Gakpo. Puts it across, back post, Van Dijk's up. Oh, just heads wide. It wasn't the back post actually, it was in the middle of the 6-yard box. Van Dijk got up so high. He heads it back in the direction that it came. And it just floats about. We'll see it more from this angle. Van Dijk gets well up. I'm going to say less than a foot wide. So close. Close. Kanate's on, by the way. I did say that, didn't I? Kanate is on. And he's always liable for a mistake, isn't he? He's always liable to make a mistake. The Barnsley manager just got booked. I have noticed on the sideline he's been getting a little bit more, how would you say, excited. Maybe excited is the word. A little bit more vocal, let's say. And the reason I think he's getting a little bit more vocal is because he thinks there's something in the game for him. Ex-Irish international, of course, the Barnsley manager. So Liverpool now. Cody Gakpo tries to, gets a corner out of it, gets closed down, there's nowhere for him to go, but he does get a corner. So the big men will come up again. Virgil van Dijk, Kanate, and Ekiteke is no midget, by the way. Ball comes in, headed well clear by the Barnsley defender. Cleary now has it against Rio. Rio wins it, does well in fairness to him, goes inside the box and falls over. I will say one thing. We've been watching football now for a good while with the whole VAR thing. And I'm actually quite enjoying the flow to the game. With no stopping and waiting and, you know, everything being VAR'd and free kicks. Well, not free kicks, but, you know, like penalty shouts and things like that. It all being VAR'd and looked at and put on the microscopes and the offsides and things like that. Cody Gakpo puts it across. Rio at the back post, hits it. Shots blocked down. Oh, little fancy little back flick there from Cleary of Barnsley. Puts the player in the middle of the park, gives them some space. They switch out onto the right now. They're right. Yeah, you know, a little bit more confidence from Barnsley at the moment. Ball is put across. It's a good ball, and Robertson has to put it out for a corner. Every time he looks like he's about to do something, it falls flat with this young fella. Young fella. You're talking about Rio. Yeah, he is young, and he's learning his trade. But he doesn't, his performance, I'm going to say something now, his performance doesn't justify the demand from some Liverpool supporters to play him. Sorry to say. He's a young boy, he's 17 years of age, and it's right that he should get a run in games like this. And but regarding starting let's say, big games in the Premiership. He's well short of that, in my opinion. He's a couple of seasons short of that. That's just my opinion. But there is a certain section of fans that no matter who's starting, they'll always want to cry for somebody who's on the bench to be starting. And it's not just Liverpool, it's lots of different clubs. You see it at Man United. You don't see it as much as Man City because I don't know any Man City supporters. But actually I do know a Man City supporter. But yeah, they'll always go against the grain and be looking for, if a team is not playing well, oh, it's because Rio was not playing. Oh, it's because Chiesa is not playing. Oh, it's because Dallo was playing for Man United. There'll always be that element. And in my honest opinion, I think Rio is a young boy. He may have promise. And at the moment, that's all it is. It's just promise. He's well short of being a first-team player, in my opinion, in big games in the Premiership, and I'm sticking with that until I'm proven otherwise. So here he is now. And people will say, remember the goal he scored against Newcastle? Remember the goal he scored against Newcastle? Yeah, I remember the goal. I cheered for the goal. But one swallow doesn't make a summer. But this is the game now. He's down injured now. And I had a feeling, I was surprised when he made the substitutions. Now, I was really surprised when he made the substitutions that Rio stayed on the pitch. And that was about, was it 10 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago? Yeah, it was in the 60th minute, so it was 11 minutes ago. I was surprised when he stayed on the pitch. And now the young lad is after pulling up what I think is a groin injury because he's overstretched. And the reason he's got the groin injury is because he's 17 and he's playing at a level and a speed that he's probably not used to. And he's gone to stretch for a ball and he may have pulled his groin. I may be over-exaggerating it. He may have just felt a little thing or something. But that would be one of the reasons. So I was really surprised that he wasn't taken off when the substitutions were made. Now Arne Slot will be saying, see, that's the reason we didn't play him, because he needs to be built up. He does need to be built up, which, boy, you should have took him off in the 60th minute. He's going off now, and Gravenberch is coming on. But see, you could have taken him off. He wouldn't have a potential injury now, because he would have been able to cool down and what have you, and he'd be in the treatment rooms tomorrow and getting massaged and get loosened up and all of that and all the physio and all the professional sports science that goes behind footballers. But no, in a game where Liverpool are 2-1 up, where he wasn't really contributing a great lot in the actual game itself. So you're just giving him more minutes in the legs. So, he should have took the lad off. There you go. Yeah, somebody in the chat knows me very well. Man's forgot he had a wife who's a City fan. I didn't forget. Wife is a City fan, but she doesn't moan. That was my point of my comment. She doesn't moan. She loves City. She loves the players on the bench. She loves the players on the pitch. But there's a certain segment of other clubs that will just moan for the sake of moaning that a certain individual isn't on the pitch. So take that back, something witty. I didn't forget at all. Nice recovery. So, sorry again for the coughing and for the horsey voice. So we're now into the 75th minute, and I said at the start of the before the start of the match that I didn't want to get into a situation where we got deep into the game. I may have worded it differently. I think I may have worded it like, get the job done, get it over with quickly, and bring the younger players on. Put into another way of saying it, I didn't want to go deep into the game where Barnsley still had a chance. And at 75 minutes into the game, only down 2-1, there's that belief. They'll have that, like, that sneaky belief in themselves that maybe, just maybe, we can get something out of the game. And there's only one team to blame for that, and that's the Liverpool team. They're the only ones to blame. And remember, we're now at full strength, and we were at 85% strength. There's a great ball. Wirtz should have scored. Szoboszlai puts a great ball into the box. Wirtz catches it on the half volley, and it goes over the bar. Nearly a full-strength Liverpool team. And it's only 2-1 against Barnsley. And that's a little bit casual from Wirtz, in fairness. Ball comes across. Yeah, it's a little bit casual. It's a little bit casual. He tries to let it bounce off the outside of his foot. Come on now. And we've now got into the last 15 minutes where Barnsley feel they can get something, which is not a position I don't think Arne Slot wanted to be in. It's not a position I wanted to be in watching the game. I was hoping it'd be over at half time because I have a sore throat. I could sit back, have a cup of tea, chill the beans. But no, we have to drag it into the last 15. I don't know. Possession right now looks like it's 80-20 in favour of Liverpool. Yeah, possession stats are good, but as football has proved before, possession means nothing. Unless you have 100% possession and you win 3 or 4 or 5-0. But when you have the ball and it's still very close, it means nothing. McAllister now shoot. McAllister, he hits it, flies wide, high and wide. I'm actually starting to feel a little bit uneasy, to be quite honest. Arne Slot on the TV is just puffing out his cheeks. What's that a sign of? If it was a person that studied body language or something, I'm sure that means something. Exasperation. Frustration. Nervous tension. Just as I mentioned, Arne Slot, some of the things says Arne doesn't look happy. He didn't look happy when he made the substitutions. But is that the way he always looks? It's hard to tell with Dutch people if they're happy. I'm told they're a happy people, a happy nation. Arne Slot never looks happy. There's a few rumours going around. I won't say rumours because that... Ekateke can't get it down. Put across. Gakpo gets up. He doesn't win the header, goes out for a corner. There's a little talk going around that Arne Slot is a bit of a bore. He's offside. And that he may be just a little bit not as energetic in the dressing room that Liverpool would kind of want. And I remember after the Arsenal game in the post-match press conference, Now, it's not word for word, but he was asked. The reporter said that Liverpool had played a little bit better against Arsenal, and they really played well, and they were strong in defence, and blah 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 blah. So the reporter was actually giving them Liverpool a compliment, and sorry, fit of coughing again. So the reporter was giving Liverpool a little bit of a compliment, and the reaction of Arne Slot was a little bit bizarre, in the fact that he actually turned it back on the reporter. Now, I can't remember word for word. I just remember when I was watching it was kind of bizarre. He said, "Oh, so you think that was better, but you didn't seem to think that the other games that we played, that we had the ball for and for so many percentage and dominated teams, you didn't think that was good. You thought that was different than tonight's game." And I thought that was a bit bizarre and a bit almost defensive. And then he started blaming other teams that Liverpool are getting a little bit of a tag of being boring, talking about low blocks again. I'm sure he dreams about low blocks. He wouldn't make a bricklayer, that's for sure, because all he talks about is low blocks. What can you build with low blocks? You need high blocks to build things. And anyway, and he was giving out that teams that play against Liverpool in a certain way makes Liverpool look a bit boring, which, in fairness, I have been critical of that in the last while, that they do tend to look a little bit boring at times. But then he went back to, but remember when we played Paris Saint-Germain, it was a great game, and blah, 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 blah. I was like, Paris Saint-Germain? Oh, you mean last March? Like, we're talking 10 months ago. And he was harping back on that. Yeah, so I just think that he can come across as being a little bit over defensive. I don't think he comes across well in press conferences, Arne Slot. I don't think he look, he wouldn't excite me, that's for sure. He wouldn't excite me. And I don't think he excites Liverpool players too much. So is Arne Slot boring? I might do, you know what, I actually might do something on that, because there's comments that I have, and I can't get them off the top of my head, but I have read them and I have seen them. I might put something together. Is Arne Slot just a boring person? Or is that just over the top? So if you're asking me an out-and-out question, is he boring? Yeah, I find him boring. Every team needs a manager like Jurgen. Jurgen had tons of energy. Yeah. But they are vastly different characters, in fairness. And Jurgen Klopp was I won't say he's a once-off, because you see other managers doing it as well at the sidelines. Ask him for an exclusive yeah, because Arne Slot is a frequent visitor to our chat room and our watch-alongs. He watches them for tactical awareness and information on how we can break down low walls or low blocks. So we're 82 minutes in, and I've gone off, I don't know, about a 10-minute rant about nothing. So if you've just joined us, this is the FA Cup. I know you haven't just joined us, but if you had just joined us, this is the FA Cup. This is Liverpool against Barnsley at Anfield. And Wirtz has just scored a worldie. I stopped ranting just in time, and it's just as well he scored, because there's 7 minutes left and I was getting anxious. Although there's no real threat from Barnsley, I just sort of figured they might just get a goal out of nothing or a goal out of nowhere. But Wirtz gets the ball in the box, and he's just killed off the game now at this stage. And I think Arne Slot is going to be relieved, man, that it hasn't gone down to like the last 5 or 6 minutes with Liverpool having to defend corners and things like that. So what happens? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful little back heel from Ekitike through the legs of the defender. Oh, it's actually a really, really, it's a sublime goal. It's a magical back flick from Ekitike through the defender's legs. Wirtz picks it up, moves it with the outside of his right foot, and then with the inside of his right foot, he puts it beyond the reach of the goalkeeper. Great goal. 3-1 Liverpool, game over. Thank goodness for that. Thank goodness for that. Yeah, 3-1 Liverpool, game over. Liverpool progress into the next round of the FA Cup, which will be a huge relief to Arne Slot. It'll be a huge relief to the Liverpool players. And I know why it'll be a huge relief to Arne Slot. Because he's played almost a full-strength team. And he would have expected to get the win. If he didn't get the win tonight, guys, he'd have been hammered. He would have been hammered. I can tell you that now. But he's avoided that. Liverpool get a 3-1 win against Barnsley in the FA Cup. Could be more. There's a couple of minutes. There's just 5 minutes left, and then another 5 minutes, I would imagine, extra time. But the game is done and dusted because Barnsley really showed nothing going forward. I was just nervous that they might get a penalty or get some scrappy goal off a corner or something like that. But Liverpool put it all to bed now. And that's it. Puts the game to bed. Yes, somebody's getting very good at the football lingo. So, who was my pick of man of the match? It's getting easy for me to say Szoboszlai, but I don't think Szoboszlai was tonight, and I'm not going to give it to him because of the stupid mistake he made in the first half. My man of the match, I thought Curtis Jones did well. I thought he linked up a lot of the good play. Give me a second, I'll get back to you. I'll get back to you with my man of the match. Who was your man of the match? Let me know in the chat who your man of the match was, and then when I think for a second, I'll fill you in on my man of the match, or who I think my man of the match would have been. McAllister played well. He was available, made himself available all the time. Didn't do much wrong. Didn't do much wrong at all, McAllister. Naoni is coming on for McAllister. Few people looking for him to start today as well. Didn't think that was going to happen myself. Rio. Somebody's trying to bait me in the chat, aren't they? No, young Rio was not man of the match, but in fairness to him, I think he did okay. I think he needs a little bit of work, but I think he needs a little bit of help from the senior pros out there. And I think Liverpool fans need to chill themselves a little bit to be crying out for him to start games. He's only 17, guys. Only 17. He's only a baby. In football terms, he's only a baby. He still has a lot to learn. His body is still grown. But for a young lad, I thought he did well. And I think he will learn from the experience. Here come Liverpool. Andy Robertson is flying. Wirtz is on the outside. He gives it to Wirtz. Wirtz tries to come back inside the defender. And the defender just takes it off his foot. Yeah, so a good game for him. But he's a work in progress. He's still learning. And he still has a lot to learn. So some people going for Frimpong. Yep, thought Frimpong had a good game. I think Liverpool have played well as a unit without any outstanding players. I think they've all linked well. I don't think there was much pressure on them from Barnsley regarding passing, so they had the opportunity to be able to pick their passes and stuff. So I'm not. Do you know what? I'm just going to say it's a good team performance without any outstanding individual. I think all players contributed to it. If I had to pick one, I'm going to just go McAllister or Curtis Jones or Szoboszlai or Chiesa. No. Oh, Gakpo's after having a punch at somebody. When I say a punch, I mean he was fouled and he struck out on the ground. It's not like he was standing up and he was giving it all Tyson Fury stuff. I think he's claiming that the defender stood on him and maybe stood on him deliberately. We'll have to see. But it's in the 90th minute. Come on, boys. Just be friends. Why can't we all just get along? Where has the love gone? No, they're not going to show it again. They've moved on from that. They have moved on. And Szoboszlai has the ball and he's smiling. I didn't see where the free kick was from because I wasn't. Oh, it's too far out for a shot. There's no way he's going to shoot from there. He clips it to the back post. Konate falls over. Konate is slow getting up, by the way, guys. He's sort of hobbling out. Ball's put in, but it's easily headed out. And then it's cut out by Szoboszlai as they try to break. The only reason I'm not picking Szoboszlai for man of the match, by the way, is because I picked him in the last match. I can't keep picking him every week. You just can't keep picking the same player every week. People will be sending you to get a hotel room or something like that. Yeah, so 3 minutes. My tea is well cold, but it has suited me throat. And here comes Barnsley on the break. He's through. Konate is coming across. He just blocks his path and he hits off Konate, and it goes out for a corner. Konate is wincing. I think he might have done something that time up in the box, and he wasn't happy that he had to run. But it's his own fault that he had to run because he nearly went to the player with the ball, then checked himself, and then got planted on the floor. He's both feet on the floor, which made him gave the attacker a head start. Ball comes in. It's headed well clear. It's just hooked back in, but there's nobody there. Konate just heads it. Barnsley pick it up. Oops. Ooh. Cross came in from Barnsley. Marmadashvili comes for it, realises he wasn't going to get there. The ball goes over Van Dijk's head to the Barnsley forward who heads it, and it just loops over the bar. Was there a little push on Van Dijk? You know what? There wasn't a push on Van Dijk. Ah, but it's well over. It just comes down on the top of the net, the roof of the net. No, he's Konate is still not looking right on his feet. No, I think he. Oh, I've missed the goal by looking at the chat. Seriously, missed the goal from looking at the chat. Liverpool have scored again. I think it was Ekateke. So Szoboszlai gets. I'm going to change me man of the match. Szoboszlai is man of the match because he plays a long ball over the top to Wirtz. Wirtz runs into the space, puts it across to Ekateke. It's a good goal. Ekateke slides in. He's not offside. They're looking for offside. He's behind Wirtz when he puts it across, and Ekateke again. Another start, another goal. Good finish. Good team goal. Yeah. That's 4-1. Did I say 4-1 at the start? I did. I know I did. I am absolutely brilliant at this. I am so good at predicting scores. And there we go. There we go. Liverpool progress to the next round of the FA Cup. In a game against Barnsley, which really they had to win. It was unthinkable that Liverpool wouldn't get a win tonight. It was unthinkable for many reasons, which we won't go into right now. But they've scored 4 goals. I think they've played well. They started with a strong team. They finished with an even stronger team. I think they played well. I think they passed well. I think at times in the game they were a little bit guilty of slowing it down again when moving the ball fast was actually working for them in the first 20 minutes. Well-deserved win. A comfortable win, let's say, even though it was close at 2-1 for a long period in the game. I don't think in that time that Barnsley really threatened Liverpool in any way. If they were going to get anything, it would have been a scrappy goal or a penalty or a corner. They weren't really creating anything from open play. The goal that they did get, it was from a mistake by Szoboszlai, which is a rare thing indeed. You can put that in a museum somewhere. They don't happen too often. Comfortable win, well-deserved win, but a much-needed win. I think overall Barnsley may be happy with the performance. It's kind of difficult to say a team that loses 4-1 may be happy with the performance or may be happy with the result. But I'm sure they probably would have come to Anfield tonight with their highest expectations, maybe getting a draw over 90 minutes or something like that. And that would be a success as far as they're concerned. They go away losing 4-1, but not embarrassed at all. So overall, it's as I expected at the start of the game, that Liverpool would, in the end, run out quite comfortable winners. Anyway, that's it from us. Liverpool go through to the next round. The only, I suppose, little small thing I would take away from the game, that to see how Rio YNWA feels about over his injury. Is it a bad injury, or does he just feel something tightened up in the groin area? But that's the story for another day. So yeah, overall, as I expected, easy, comfortable win, and Liverpool go through to the next round of the FA Cup, and that's what we'd really expect. Anyway, look after yourselves. Take care. We will probably do something tomorrow night. Man City take on Newcastle in the Carabao semi-final. You might do a little watch along about that. You haven't heard this because you haven't spent this long watching us. But there you go. Look after yourselves. Take care. And don't do anything I wouldn't do.